If your best friend suddenly arrived at your window riding the most beautiful white horse you had ever seen, knowing that neither of you could possibly afford one, would you ask where it came from? Or would the excitement of riding it make you ignore the truth? This is the unforgettable story of two poor cousins who borrowed happiness in the wrong way, and how one man's trust changed their lives forever. Stay till the end, because this story teaches a lesson about honesty that you'll never forget. Long ago, in a small Armenian village, lived two cousins named Aram and Mourad. Aram was only 9 years old, curious, cheerful, and easily amazed by the world around him. Mourad, 4 years older, was adventurous, fearless, and had a mysterious gift. People believed he could understand animals in a way no one else could. Wild creatures that frightened everyone else became calm in his presence. The boys belonged to the famous Garoghlanian family. Their family was poor, so poor that buying even ordinary things was difficult. But they possessed something far more valuable than wealth. For generations, everyone had known the Garoghlanians as people whose honesty could never be questioned. People trusted their word more than written contracts. That reputation had been earned over hundreds of years. One beautiful summer morning before sunrise, Aram was awakened by someone gently tapping on his bedroom window. Still sleepy, he opened it. His eyes grew wide with amazement. Outside stood Mourad, sitting proudly on the most magnificent white horse Aram had ever seen. Its coat shone like fresh snow. Its mane flowed gracefully in the morning breeze. The horse looked strong, elegant, and full of life. For a moment, Aram forgot to breathe. Then a troubling thought entered his mind. Their family was desperately poor. There was no possible way Mourad could have bought such a horse, which meant the horse must belong to someone else. Aram looked at his cousin. "Mourad, where did you get this horse?" Mourad only smiled. "I'll explain later. Come on, let's ride before the sun rises." Aram hesitated. He knew taking another person's horse was wrong, but the excitement of riding such a beautiful animal filled him with excitement. He convinced himself with a comforting thought. We aren't stealing it forever, we're only borrowing it for a little while. So he climbed onto the horse. Together, the cousins rode through fields glowing in the golden light of dawn. The wind rushed past their faces. For the first time in his life, Aram felt completely free. Every morning after that, before anyone woke up, they secretly took the horse out for rides. When they finished, they hid it carefully inside an abandoned vineyard where no one would discover it. Day after day, the horse grew stronger. Under Mourad's gentle care, it became healthier than ever before. Mourad spoke softly to it. He understood its moods. The horse obeyed him without fear. It was almost as if they shared a secret language. Several weeks passed. Then, one afternoon, an Assyrian farmer named John Biro came to visit Aram's house. His face carried deep sadness. He explained that his beautiful white horse had disappeared nearly a month ago. "I've searched everywhere," he said quietly. "It wasn't just a horse to me, it was my companion." Everyone felt sorry for him. Aram stood silently nearby. Each word made his heart heavier. He wanted to speak, but fear kept him silent. A few days later, while leading the horse back to its hiding place, Aram and Mourad suddenly saw someone walking towards them. It was John Biro. The boys froze. There was nowhere to hide. John slowly approached the horse. He looked carefully at its face. He gently examined its mouth. He checked every tooth. He knew every detail of his beloved horse. Then he looked at the two boys. For several long moments, no one spoke. Finally, John smiled sadly. "If I didn't know your family, I would swear this is my horse." He paused. "But your family has been known for honesty for generations. A suspicious man might believe his eyes. I choose to believe my heart." Without another word, he walked away. Aram stood speechless. Mourad remained silent. Neither cousin had expected kindness. Neither had expected trust. John Biro had every reason to accuse them. Instead, he protected their family's honor. That night, Aram couldn't sleep. John's words echoed again and again in his mind. "I choose to believe my heart." The boys realized something painful. For a few joyful rides, they had nearly destroyed a reputation that generations of honest people had spent centuries building. No punishment could have made them feel worse than their own guilty conscience. Before sunrise the very next morning, they quietly led the horse back to John Byro's barn. They untied the rope. The beautiful white horse walked calmly inside, as if returning home. Without making a single sound, the boys slipped away. Later that day, John Byro happily visited Aram's family again. His face was filled with relief. "My horse has returned, and strangely, it looks healthier than before. It has become stronger, and even its temper has improved." Everyone smiled. Aram and Mourad exchanged silent glances. Neither spoke a single word. They didn't need to. Their actions had already spoken for them. The horse was home, their family's honor was safe, and the greatest lesson of their young lives had been learned. Moral: sometimes people do the right thing because they fear punishment, but truly honest people do the right thing because their conscience refuses to live otherwise. John Byro's trust accomplished what anger never could. His faith reminded two young boys of the kind of people they wanted to become. Remember this: money can be earned, possessions can be replaced, but once honesty is lost, rebuilding trust takes far longer. Protect your integrity because it is the greatest treasure you will ever own. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring moral stories. Until next time, remember, true greatness begins with honesty.
Subscribe to Rise and Shine Tales.